I've been running a robotic mower on my 5-acre farm for several months now, and all was working well until it stopped working. I'm going to review with you the good, the bad, and what really works, and my final assessment. So stay with me, and I'll show you the ins and outs of the Lymow One Robotic Mower. Whether I would buy it again if I had the opportunity to go back in time, stay until the end because my answer might surprise you. Welcome back to Garden Tropicals. My name is Rose, and this is our 5-acre farm, tropical farm, where we grow different types of exotic fruits. We have over 300 fruit trees and several dozen palms, different types of palm trees. Keeping the grass maintained in this size property is a constant challenge. That's why it was so important for us to find an adequate solution to help us maintain this property. During our hot summer days, we've had the grass growing, it seems like inches per week. So it gets very difficult this time of year. That's why I invested in a Lymow One robotic mower, and today I'm sharing everything after several months of use. The Lymow One is specifically designed robotic mower for large properties. It can mow approximately a little bit over 1 acre per day. And that's why we thought it would work well in our property. Unlike older robotic mowers, the Lymow One uses newer technology. It does not need the buried wires. The Lymow uses RTK GPS technology. This here is the RTK station that the Lymow One uses to know exactly where it's positioned. The setup process was surprisingly easy and straightforward. You just place the RTK base station in an open area with good sky visibility, and this gives the mower its GPS reference point. Then you're going to have to map all of your mowing zones, which in my case it took a long time. I mean, 2 or 3 weeks. This is a large property. It was about it is 5 acres of size. And then the uniqueness is we have so many trees on the property that I had to create a lot of different no-go zones. I also have a house with landscaping around it, a driveway. So it took me a long time. I know there was a learning curve as well. And you create that mapping zone using your smartphone. Once you have your areas mapped, you can then set your mowing schedule, or as I do, I manually let it know what day of the week and when. I do it live. I just said, go mow this zone, and then it's on its way. And that's what I've done right now. So once I hit the zone that I want mowed, then the Lymow just takes over. And as you saw, it just started on its way, and it's still on its way to the area. Now let me tell you first what genuinely impressed me about the Lymow One mower. First, it mows well. The cut quality is good, it's consistent, it's clean, and the coverage. I mean, it does over 1 acre a day, and that's if you run it the full day. I can have it mowing on a schedule if that's what I'd like, and that will help you to easily maintain your property. And third, what I like the most is its GPS. The GPS performance is very good. It's excellent. It's better than other mowers. I have had and I've tried other mowers where I tried to have the area mode, and especially since there's so much tree coverage on the farm, the GPS on those other mowers did not work well. So this one with the RTK Technology is able to know exactly where it's at, knows the no-go zones, and does not get lost like other mowers have that issue. It has helped us to transform the way that we maintain the property. It is a real aid to us. When the grass can grow as quickly as it does in a South Florida rainy, hot summer, it really helps to have this additional help to help us maintain it. Now let me tell you, and I'm going to be completely honest about its shortcomings, because there are real ones you need to know before you spend $3,000. In June, we had the mower out of commission because one of the mower's blade hubs seized and actually fell off, and basically leaving me with one blade that was working, and the whole system just shut down. I contacted Lymow, their supporting team, and at first it was difficult to get a hold of them. It was several days. I know that before they got back to me. I know that it's a small company. It's based in China, and it was difficult for me to get a hold of them or for them to actually respond. I was sending emails. So what I did was I had to post on a forum, and once I did, they responded quickly. And I was actually surprised with how well they responded. Once they actually did respond, I thought that they were going to send me a part, or I would have to send my mower in. But they actually came through, and to my surprise, they replaced it. They replaced the original Lymow One, which is the original mower that I had, with a new Lymow One Plus. So that was a big surprise to me. Once they made the decision to go ahead and help me out and help fix the issue, they responded better than I even imagined. But here's the real problem that I encountered. From the time that the Lymow One seized blade situation occurred to the time that I got a replacement mower running, it took 3 weeks. And in the summer, that is devastating because you cannot be over 3 weeks without a functioning lawnmower. And I did not have a backup plan, or I didn't have machinery. And what I ended up having was very overgrown tall grass. What ended up happening was that I had to call my old landscaping team or company, and they came out and had to perform a maintenance for the whole property, because it's impossible for that the height. It was over 6 inches, the grass, and it was impossible for I believe any robotic mower to catch up. I was also limited since it's rainy. This is our rainy season, and the lawn mower does not work when it rains. You have to call it back in if it starts raining. So you're limited to the times that it can perform because of that. The second shortcoming that this robotic mower has is that it does not have the ability to do string trimming. And that's common. That's not something that's found in robotic mowers. So if you look at the areas around the tree bases, and I'll show you an area later so that you can see an area that has to be maintained manually, it does not look good. It's overgrown and it does not have that tidy appearance. And without regular string trimming, it doesn't matter if your lawn is cut, it just doesn't look kept. So you know, this is not the type of solution that is set it and forget it. It requires monitoring, it requires application, the app management, and it also requires supplemental manual maintenance. So it will not handle all of your needs. At least it does not handle all of our needs. Here's an example of an area where the robotic mower did not come close to mowing. It is in a no-go zone, and unfortunately, the no-go zones have to have a specific size. So as you can see, this has to be mowed or trimmed manually, as opposed to that one that was already trimmed up using a string trimmer, as well as all the rest of these trays. I've sent it go docking, so it knows exactly where to go. It's going back to its docking station to recharge. So it'll do that automatically. It knows once it reaches a certain percentage of battery life, 15% as a matter of fact, that it just returns to its docking station, and it continues. Once it's recharged, it comes back and continues mowing the section or the zone that it was requested to mow. If you have it on a schedule, then it knows exactly what to do. So there you see it, it's on its way back. We're probably over 300 feet away from the docking station at this point, so it knows where to go. I want to give Lymow a sincere credit for the way that they handled the blade hub failure. They were very responsive, they took the problem seriously, and they made the right call by replacing the old mower with the new Lymow One Plus. Once the replacement arrived, I was able to get it up and running in the same day. It was mowing the farm in no time. And that kind of customer support is really important, especially when you spend a lot of money on equipment, on this type of equipment. So who is this mower for? If you enjoy technology and working with smartphone apps, this mower will genuinely probably excite you. If you own a larger property and want to reduce the expenses in upkeep of the lawn, this may work for you. If you understand that you're investing in next generation technology and it's still evolving, you have to be patient and understanding that Lymow is still a small company, so they may not respond as quickly as a larger organization might. I also want you to understand that you need a backup plan. It's important that you have one. Or what happened to us, which basically we didn't have a backup plan. We were relying on the Lymow One, which now I look back and it was a serious fault on our side. But other than that, it's a real value. Who this mower is not for, if you have the approach that you think that this is set it and forget it, that's not the case at all. There are times when the mower needs your help. It may have the blade stuck with a branch. It may, for some reason, get lost in a no-go zone. That happens every once in a while, especially when there are updates to the app. So it sometimes requires you to go outside and go and take a look, see what's happening, and set it on its course again. If you're not comfortable working with smartphone apps or with GPS technology, then this is not for you. And if you don't have a backup plan for mowing downtime, the gap between a mechanical failure and repair or replacement could leave your property looking very overgrown quickly. So after everything, the blade hub failure, the 3-week downtime, the manual trimming, the app management, would I buy the Lymow again? Yes, without hesitation. The Lymow One has become an essential part of how I manage this farm. It handles the constant growth of grass that would otherwise require weekly manual mowing across 5 acres. It navigates the 300 plus trees right now better than I expected. And when something went wrong, which it always happens with anything, Lymow made it right. Again, remember, this is next generation mowing technology. It's still in its early stages, and it has real limitations. But for the right person and the right property, it is absolutely worth the investment. My link is in the description below if you want to learn more. Thank you for watching this honest review of the Lymow Robotic Mower. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Garden Tropicals for more real life farm life content. Let me know in the comments, do you have a robotic mower? Are you considering one? I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next video.